Happy World Down Syndrome Day. Today I'm wearing my wacky socks to celebrate those people in my life who have Down syndrome. They've each touched me in a special, unique way. My niece Arwen, I've got a new friend named Lily, and a distant cousin named Francis who I'll get to see again in heaven. I honor them today. So welcome to the Dan's Piano Podcast. That's the podcast where Dan, that's me, sits by his piano and talks and probably shares a song. Okay, so there was a point in the sermon last Sunday where Randy looked at me and said, he talked about God's kingdom exchange rate. And if you know me, then you know my background is in finance, financial services, financial literacy in particular. And our pastor knows this, so he suggested that this could possibly be the topic of another podcast. So here we are. Kingdom exchange rate. When he mentioned that, I immediately thought of a song that I wrote last July and August. It's called I See the Cross of Christ. So there's this great exchange that takes place at the cross. I'll try to share the verses that Pastor Randy shared in the video, and I'll also include them in the description of the episode in case you're just listening by audio. I won't read them all here, but take a few minutes to look them up on your own. Simply put, the cross of Jesus Christ is where humanity realizes the greatest exchange it could ever hope for. Let me hit on some of the lyrics of the song. Hold on. All right. So, starts with, how about chorus 1? His great promise there was kept when in love he paid my debt. Now, we here in America can relate to metaphors about debt. But the crazy thing about Jesus paying the debt of our sin is that it's not just paid for us. It's not like bankruptcy when a debtor, the debtor is absolved, but the lender still suffers loss. No, with Jesus, both sides of the ledger are satisfied. That's the miracle. That's true peace and reconciliation between heaven and earth. If you look at the third chorus, this is where my mind went when he mentioned the word exchanged. The lyric is, "Hear my broken heart exchanged, as his inheritance I claim." What a paradox. From my brokenness, I receive his complete wholeness. From my scarcity, I receive his abundance. Where I'm weak, he is strong. Instead of the eternal consequence of my wrongs, that being eternal separation from love, I receive the promise of never-ending love and the acceptance of a good Father. And it's not because I deserve it, by my actions or by birthright. This really is the best deal of all time. It makes me wonder if we've got our own economic priorities wrong. Maybe the most valuable currency isn't found in my wallet or in my 401k. Maybe it's the relationships we keep with God and other people. And the song ends on the word quelled. I thought about the use of that word a lot. It's not something we say every day, but when I check the definition, it means to put an end to extinguish. And that's exactly what Jesus did to death's power. So by definition, it's the right word. But still, it's kind of a soft and gentle word to end a grand part of the song with. But there's another paradox. God only needs a whisper. When his whisper meets our tiny faith, it can create a spiritual equivalent of a nuclear reaction. It can destroy the destroyer. It can move mountains. It can completely put an end to and extinguish the power of death in our lives. And where does this happen? The cross of Christ. What a great exchange. I see the cross of Christ, symbol of utmost shame. I see his broken life, given for utmost gain. Oh, that cross before my eyes guides my heart by heaven's light. His great promise there was kept when in love he paid my debt. see him hanging there. In death did we despair. What love story must proceed as he meets our greatest need. Oh, that cross before my eyes guides my heart by heaven's light. His great promise there fulfilled when his precious blood was spilled. I see his wound, his pain. I see my sin and shame. One last look up to his sky. It is my death he dies. Oh, that cross before my eyes guides my heart by heaven's light. Hear my broken heart exchanged as his inheritance I claim. What can we learn today from that cross and empty grave? That as we pour out our lives by his power we too shall rise. Oh, the cross of Jesus Christ got our hearts to heaven's light. Oh, what love that day upheld when the power of death was quelled. Oh, that cross of Jesus Christ got our hearts to heaven's light. Oh, what love that day upheld when the power of death was quelled. Oh, what love that day upheld when the power of death was quelled.